Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Ken Lee from Synnex Technology, which is the sole distributor of Autodesk in Hong Kong. I'm very glad to introduce the Autodesk AutoCAD integration with ACC Autodesk Construction Cloud, the workflow, and how we can make use of the full potential of AutoCAD as well as the ACC. And before of the presentation, I would like to acknowledge some people because this presentation is based on the material from the Autodesk University class, which is from the materials from our Autodesk principal specialists from AutoCAD, Forge, and Civil 3D. They are the very experts of AutoCAD, Civil 3D, and Forge. And the objectives of this presentations is to introduce how we configure and get use of the Autodesk desktop connector for better cloud connectivity, not only for BIM but also for AutoCAD. And how to create and maintain reference relationship for AutoCAD drawings through Autodesk Docs. Because in reality, we always use references with different CAD drawings, not only one CAD, right? So maintaining relationship in the cloud platform is very important, and it is a little bit tricky. So we would like to share this workflow. And also, we would like to show you the file locking features for better collaboration, as well as two powerful utilities newly introduced, such as the Reference Explorer and DWG migration for docs, which is in beta phase now. And first of all, I would like to introduce the Connect to Docs with Autodesk Connector. Autodesk Desktop Connector is a desktop service that integrates Autodesk Docs with your local Windows machines, which means you can drag and drop your CAD or some supported files, or for example, maybe Revit or Civil 3D, drag and drop to your local, just like an Explorer. It will synchronize with your Autodesk Docs, your Autodesk Construction Cloud. And how we can get the desktop connector? There are two locations you can get it. From the desktop connector release notes page, web page, and also from your Autodesk account, you can go to the Autodesk account product and service and download the desktop connector. It's about 600 megabytes. So it's not very large. And after you can install it, you can use the desktop connector. However, it does not support custom install and from the desktop app. So you must download it from these two locations. There are four quick steps you can use the desktop connectors. First of all, after you install the desktop connector, you just go to the Windows tray and right-click. You can see the desktop connector, and it's some of the tools bundled with it. And at the first time, you need to log in with your Autodesk ID, so you can access to the project with access with you. If you change the machines or change the account to let somebody use your machines, you can let him to log in with his Autodesk ID, such he can get his files synchronized. And also, you can choose the different drives. For example, Fusion 360, and now it renamed as Autodesk Platform Surface, so the new name. And also the Autodesk Docs, as well as the Autodesk Drive and BIM 360 teams, and also connected with Autodesk Docs, Autodesk desktop apps. And also, there's no new workflows to learn because you just drag and drop your files from your local drive folders to the File Explorer, simulated by the desktop connector. So, and two important things you should remember is you have to have Docs permissions. That means you must have subscription to Autodesk Docs, or if you have AEC collection, it bundled with Autodesk Docs, or if you have BIM 360, if you have BIM Collaborate Pro, BIM Collaborate, and Build, you can also get access to Autodesk Docs permission. And of course, you need to access your files and synchronize with your Docs projects. You need to have permission to that projects, and you also need to have the edit permission in that folder or the projects. Edit permissions includes uploading, downloading, and saving changes. With all these permissions, you can synchronize with your desktop connector. to your ACC. And some reminders for you is that also Autodesk desktop connectors have some refresh rate. And if, for example, what is that means account for 12 minutes. For example, if you update your hub's name, it takes you no more than a maximum 12 minutes to get it updated. But for projects, it only takes no more than 3 minutes. So every files you will get updated within 3 minutes for the maximum. But from my experience, it's only less than 1 minute if the file is not too big, right? Okay, and but for the permission, it will be 35 minutes because you change the permission of a user. It will have some background synchronized from Autodesk, so it will take a little bit longer. So the project admins and the BIM manager should let the user know they need some time to wait for the synchronization. But one more thing they need to understand is that the limits on Autodesk Dock will also apply to the desktop connectors. That means some file, the file size is not larger than 5 gigabytes per files, okay? So you will never find a single file is larger than 5 gigabytes. And some maximum files per folder not more than 10,000, some kind like that. And also, the supported file types will be limited. For example, some files can be viewable and that you can upload and download. For example, is the 3D Max, Revit, AutoCAD, etc. But some files, such as JavaScript, those things you cannot upload or synchronize with the desktop connectors as well as Autodesk Construction Cloud. So the second part we want to share with you is the managing your AutoCAD references in the cloud. This is very important because in our local machine and we work with others, we use e-transmit or something, we can work with others, but we now talking about CDE, Common Data Environment. How we can put the drawings in the CDE. We need the Autodesk Construction Cloud of BIM 360, right? So how we can manage our references to the ACC. So there are two ways to access docs. First, you need to know how to connect to the docs, right? You can open after you have installed the desktop connector from your AutoCAD. You will now see one more icon, which is Autodesk Docs or BIM 360s. You can open it directly or save it directly to ACC, just like you save a CAD file from your local drive. And also, you can also see the Autodesk Docs from your app Home, formerly called the Home tab. It has one more features because it can show the status of synchronization and locking by someone else. I will talk about file locking later. For some files are supported with file locking, version updates, and references control. For example, the DW drawings and DWT, the AutoCAD templates are officially supported. But however, some files are not supported for file locking and references for synchronization, but you can still copy them. You can export the port style, light types, fonts, image, and PDF. You can copy and synchronize with your Autodesk Construction Cloud, but it does not support the file locking and concurrent editing. But you can still save it in your local drive and synchronize with your desktop connector with others. So you can manually to change the path to the port style and the light types and the font, the locations, and whenever you make a port, you refer to the direct path to the desktop connector, and you will get it what you need to do, just like in your local drive. So how can we manage our AutoCAD references in the cloud? We use X-Reference Manager in AutoCAD, of course, and we can X-Reference can can reference a AutoCAD DWG, AutoCAD template file, PDFs, image, and even point cloud data. However, there are two main options you can choose from for attach or overlay. We always recommend users to use overlay instead of attach, because attach as the reference may have potential to cause what we call it is the circular referencing. Circular referencing will cause some issues in synchronization in Autodesk Construction Cloud or BIM 360, because if the relative path will be break with circular references. So if you don't need to really need to attach the file, you always go for the overlay. Or you can use e-transmit to send to your client. There are three ways to upload your references to docs. The first one is from Autodesk Desktop Connector, which can support X reference and very complicated reference tree. Because Desktop Connector is smart enough to get the related files and will call it and duplicate a set to the desktop connector to the Autodesk Construction Cloud. So it will do it automatically. So it is the recommended workflow, and it also can change or modify the shortcut during the output. However, it will cause some performance impact, because the time you need to upload will be longest, because it will search for all references and will make some copies of the reference and synchronize to the construction cloud. So the main drawback is the performance issue. It will take you longer time to synchronize it. And the second method is to just use your browser to log into BIM 360 or ACC to drag and drop your AutoCAD and some references. The main advantage is you can just upload more for maximum 200 files in a single action. But the complicated reference tree is not supported. This is very important. If you have a lot of drawings, you don't need some complicated or references. You can just have a lot of completed drawings. So the drawings is shop drawings, which is binded. You can use the second method, just drag and drop to the browser. And the third method to upload the drawing to the Autodesk is through the AutoCAD Web. AutoCAD Web is web applications. That means you don't need to install anything in your mobile device, such as a mobile phone or your tablet. You just log into your AutoCAD web. Because you have subscription to AutoCAD, you have automatically to have the function to use the AutoCAD web. It is web-based. You can open your drawings from your Autodesk docs and add it and modify it in AutoCAD web interface, and then save it directly back to the Autodesk doc. You don't need to download to your machine or upload again. You just work it totally virtually in the environment. This is very recommended when you forgot to bring any drawings or you don't get a computers on hand. You just use your mobile device to log in. So because of the time, I don't show too much demonstration, because this demonstration is show someone is using drawings. When you open the drawings, and you will automatically lock the files. Other ones can read it, but you can but the other one cannot modify it or save the change, because you open the file, you lock the file. That is the concurrent editing. If someone will need your site, you need to close the file and save and synchronize, then release the lock, and then the other guys can reference your drawings and save again to make his edit. So this kind of concurrent editing is just like borrowing a book from a library. You borrow the book is on your hand, so other ones cannot get the book, right? But when you return the book, they can get the book and modify it. So there are some limitation with references in Autodesk that I would like to highlight. Because there will be some nesting drawing will occur when someone use the attach option as the references. So attach option will cause a what we call it is the circular reference, which is for drawing A reference to drawing B will reference to drawing B, and drawing C, and drawing C will reference to drawing A again. That means some drawing will reference to itself. That is drawing A. There is the circular reference. When you open the AutoCAD, there is a warning of circular referencing. You can still work on it, but it may cause problem in the future if you move your files from one location to another location. So we always recommend the users don't use attach but overlay to avoid the concurrent circular referencing. And also there are some system variables can highlight to help it to use the reference more effectively. To use the demand loading, we recommend you use the index for maximum performance. Use the demand loading with reference drawings saved with layer and spatial indexes to turn on. So these are the recommended system variable you should use to turn demand loading on and turn on the index control. And also there is some control performance for file lockings. If someone you don't want to use the file locking, you can turn it off by this system variables. So there is another concept of related data folder. What is the related data folder? When we, as I mentioned before, if we check files to the desktop connectors, it will automatically search for all the reference drawings and reference files. It will create a related folder if the drawing is not in the same folder structure. So you can see for option 1, X reference and master drawings in the same files in the docs, so no related folders will be created, but it will automatically copy the reference drawings. But in option 2, if the references and master drawing are not in the same folder structure, maybe you drag a main file from your local folders, work in progress folders to the Autodesk docs folders through the desktop connectors, it will automatically maintain the folder structure and help you to create the folder name. From this example, you can see there are drawing 1, 2, 3, 4, and from the AutoCAD, you open the shaft 1. Shaft 1 is the main drawing, and it has other references. Shaft 2, 3, and 4 is their reference drawing. And I use the X reference manager and call the. You can see shaft 2, 3, and 4 are the reference drawing. So they are just a reference to the shaft 1. And I save it. I have to save it and close because such that I don't lock the file. And I don't lock the file and drag the main drawing. I just pay attention. I just only copy the main drawing, the shaft 1, and see what will happen. Need some time to let it synchronize. I drag and drop only the main drawings. And it will, because shaft 2, 3, and 4, 2, 3, 4 are the reference drawing. They will automatically, you can see, they will automatically copy all the drawings to the Autodesk doc folders, and this will synchronize with the construction cloud. And you can check it, that the status will be synchronized. And also you can check it from the browser. All the drawing will be copied. Not only the action of the main drawings. From these examples, the folder structure is different. The main drawings is in a folder called shaft, and other reference drawings will be in other folder. When I copy the main drawing shaft 1, and also check for the main drawing from AutoCAD, you can see the reference relationship. Shaft 2, 3, 4, and a picture is attached to these drawings. And then when I copy the main drawing to the desktop connector again, this time, it will create some related folder. You can see, just a minute, and we'll wait for the synchronization. So you can see there's another folder. The folder's name is the same as the main drawings. And you can see the now it's synchronized with the Autodesk Construction Cloud. When all the pending action, the message will disappear and the synchronization will be completed. When it's completed, we'll just go to check for the local the desktop connectors file structure again. This is the folder, and it maintains the assembly. That is the folder. The folder structure is according to my work in progress folder. So it will very smart. Not just copy the references. It also create the folder structure to maintain the folder structure in the file explorer as well as the Autodesk Construction Cloud. And then here we want to introduce another powerful tools of Autodesk Construction Cloud is the Bridge. Bridge feature is a feature within Autodesk Docs. It is a new solution for managing cross-project references. But however, it only works in Autodesk Construction Cloud, but not BIM 360. There are, from the right, you can see the interface of the bridge under the Autodesk Docs. And incoming and outgoing will tell you what type of traffic is being exchanged, what folders has been shared. Automation tells you what files are being exchanged. You can see what is the relationship between the shared file from the project or to other projects. And you can select a folder or a drawing by right-clicking or click the three dots buttons and choose Share. And you can see the right screenshot. There are three options: share with some members, share with the link, anyone who has the link, or share with another projects. Since we are doing cross-project referencing, you need to enable auto sync update such that we can make change and the reference from other projects will update automatically. So it is very powerful if you reference a drawing not in your project from others' projects. So it will automatically get updated. You can work seamlessly. And you can see the left-hand side is a drawing in project A, and the right-hand side is the same drawing, but it is a reference in drawing B. From the perspective of drawing B, it is just a reference. So they both share the same drawings. Okay, so some multi-user cloud collaborations, and there are file locking features supported and started from 2020s. And it is just you can show who is when someone is open the file in AutoCAD, it will lock it automatically. Of course, you can control the file locking by some system variables. What happens if someone is locked the files, then there will be some warnings to other users. That means someone is opening the files and you need to ask this guy to close it or wait him to complete his edits so you can save. Of course you can read, but your perspective is just a read only. And some powerful tools I would like to introduce to you guys is the Reference Explorer utilities. This is embedded in the desktop connector. When you open right-click in System Tray, you open the desktop connector, and there is a utility called Reference Explorer. It is very powerful because we need to sort out the problematic drawings, especially the references. It can identify the missing references, the references stored in their shared drive, the path of the references. If you relocate the drive, you need to reload the references. And it can generate a relationship graph. And more important, you can export the drawing relationship as a single image files. This is the Reference Explorer interface. You can see when you drag and drop a folder or a drawing, you can see all the three relationship. And you can directly edit or reload the references inside this Reference Explorer and call the AutoCAD applications. And more powerful is the new function to put to Autodesk Docs. It is just you can upload your drawings and convert to PDF in just one button. It's very useful tools. And other is the DWG migration tools for utilities. It can check the long file path missing references and check for circular references. Okay, so and this is one more additional resources I would like you to take a screenshot of it, because as I mentioned, the DWG migration utilities is for beta test, so you cannot find it in your desktop connectors or in your AutoCAD. You have to go to the beta feedback portal. You need to log in to test it, so you can try the latest. More than this thing, the DWG migration utilities, there are lots of more and more beta functions you can test. So I highly recommend you go to that portal. So this is the sharing of my today's. Thank you very much.